Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Hemingway Jones Live Fountain Pen Show. This is our little corner of the internet where we talk about fountain pens, inks, journals and journaling, and just about anything and everything that's going to keep you inspired, keep you writing, keep you focused on these incredible, wonderful, expressive, beautiful, varied, confounding, intriguing, interesting writing instruments of ours. So much to talk about all the time. We just never run out of topics. And it's kind of amazing when you can take something that's a niche hobby in a way, right? Like fountain pens, and sort of expand it into a window to everything. Because I truly think that from a pen, you can go anywhere and everywhere because pens tell stories. And our fountain pens tell our stories in unique and original ways, in expressive ways, in inspiring ways. It's all about drawing a line, making a little bow of a word, putting some significance, stringing them together into a beautiful poetic sentence. So this is where we are. We meet each Tuesday night, 8 p.m., to discuss some kind of topic. Tonight, we will be talking about inks. And it's a bit like the video I did a few weeks back, if you recall, where I did the great fountain pen ink purge. And I went through my collection, and I think I eliminated like 10%. So it was more of a decimation than a purge, to be honest. Well, tonight, I took a similar concept, but I reversed it. I only grabbed the essentials, the ones that I cannot live without. And to be honest, I could probably take the rest and rehome them. I could probably build up from this core. And there is one big gap in my collection that I'm going to ask you to help me remedy, because I need a remedy for that. And I also could possibly create one. So that's another idea. So I'm super excited about that. That's coming up soon. We're going to have a very brisk, quick, and interesting show this evening. So I appreciate you all joining me. So I see a lot of members are in the chat. A lot of regular viewers are in the chat. I see a lot of thumbs up flying by. I appreciate that. I appreciate the support, guys. Thank you very much. Always lovely to see everyone. Thanks for upvoting the live stream. It certainly helps the YouTube algorithm to suggest it to other like-minded people and make our world even wider, bring in some more varied and interesting voices to our little corner of the internet. So thank you for that. We do have membership available. Our membership entitles you to some videos behind the scenes. I do Zoom meetings on occasion. I do a pen pal group for Illuminati and Cognoscenti members, and I always send a welcome letter, so you always get a letter from me, which is a lot of fun. It's always great to get to know each of you, so thank you for that. And thank you all for being here. Okay, so let's talk about some stuffs. Should we talk about some stuffs? I always like to mention which pen I am using these days, and it varies. And a lot of time, my pen choice is very much based on what I'm filming. So here's a clue. Little ASMR there. Oh, I guess you need a camera. Is there anybody out there in the comments that can guess which pen this is? Is there anyone in the comments that doesn't know which pen this is? Wouldn't that be more accurate? All right, let's take a look. This, my friends, is my stealthy Black Noir Pilot Vanishing Point fountain pen. One of my favorites. I absolutely adore this pen. I love writing with it. I love that it gives you a sense of of what you get with a gold nib. So Gold nibs versus steel nibs is a topic we cover quite a bit. And I'm not one of these people that think gold is better necessarily, but gold should be more interesting. And this one is. Ooh, it makes a nice scribing noise. This one is interesting. Why? You guys know why, right? You could write this script. It's more interesting because this actually has a really nice, soft and expressive nib that's a joy to write with. It doesn't give you line variation. It's just a fantastically smooth and enjoyable writing experience. Ooh, K. Rye says that this is their daily driver. Well, it is for me lately. It's a great pen to take to work. It's very stealthy, not just because this one's blacked out, but also because it has a certain, dare I say, ballpoint-like feel to it. Because it doesn't really hit you like a fountain pen, the way that it works. And of course, the LS, the Luxury Silent, is kind of a step up. It's not as clicky. Clicky can be fun. Sometimes you have a little bit of energy you want to click away. But if you're in a meeting and you're clicking, not good. Matter of fact, I say in a video that hasn't aired yet, probably the least relatable thing I've ever said in a video, and I'm wondering if anyone catches it, but I'm going to tell you what it is. I say something like, and it's so annoying when people are clicking a pen in the boardroom. It's pretty funny because at my job we have a boardroom, but it sounds posh. It's really not, but it sounds that way. But it sounds so not relatable. Oh, David Pearson's my buddy. How are you? $5 super chat celebrating a new Mont Blanc Blue Hour medium nib. I traded 2 MB 149s pen for this one. I think I got the better end of the deal, and this is a classic. Well, congratulations, my friend. If you're happy, I'm happy. If you're happy with a purchase or a trade, then I'm happy. I'll celebrate that with you. So that's brilliant. I'm still waiting for my Wes Anderson pen. I have no idea when it's coming, except that it's coming sometime early spring, I hope. So, Dave, thank you very much. I appreciate the super chat, and congratulations on an absolutely excellent fountain pen. Oh, I should say something about these. The ink capacity is rubbish. just complete rubbish. In fact, if you have a short ink attention span, as I do, you never need worry with this pen. Write with it for a few days. It'll be done, and then you can fill it up with something else. Maybe one of the inks we'll be discussing this evening. Maybe. Wouldn't that be nice? I would like to say, if you've been watching this show each Tuesday night, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. I would appreciate it. I would really love to have you on this journey with us. So much to talk about. I'm a little sick. You can hear it in my voice. I apologize. I may have to go to mute button now and again, just to keep things rolling. But I will be very mindful of that to keep a good show going for you. So I see a lot of love for the pilot. You guys, let me know in the comments, if you would, which pilot pen is your favorite. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do that as a video. Kind of like top 5 pilot pens and which one is my favorite. Because that's hard. And I like doing things that are hard. The LS versus the 823. VP versus 823. Is anything as good as the 823? But isn't my favorite. You can have a lot of fun with that. Let me know what you think. Okay, guys. Michael Rowley. How are you, Michael? Always nice to see you, my friend. Short ink attention span. That's me, right? Me too. Me too, my friend. Even to the point sometimes where I'm cleaning pens out just to change inks. Prematurely. I'm a premature ink changer. I want to touch a little bit on last week's video. I did a video last week on the hidden history of the Guernsey sweater or jumper. It didn't get great numbers, but it's hard for me to be in any way upset or disappointed by that. To be frank, I do get a little crestfallen when I put a lot of my heart and creativity into a video and it doesn't do well. But I'll tell you why it didn't bother me so much. First of all, I understand how YouTube works, and my people are fountain pen people, so I'm sure they see a sweater video and they're a little incredulous. And I think that's justifiable. And YouTube, it doesn't really have a clever algorithm. You know what I mean? Like some platforms have more of a clever algorithm where they'll take a video and they'll find an audience for it. On YouTube, they just send it to your audience. And you can see that if you have your feed. If you ever watch someone's video, suddenly your whole feed will be full of their videos. And you might ask yourself, I only wanted to see that one thing, and now my whole feed is full of maybe Jules guides. Do you know Jules guides? I watch Jules guides. Jules guides, really charming fellow who does tours of different neighborhoods and areas in London. Very charming, very interesting. I like to watch them. And with all due respect to Jules, I just don't want my entire feed then full of 20 of his videos and then 3 other ones. But that's how YouTube works. It's kind of not sophisticated. So I get it from that point of view. And the more important reason why it really doesn't bother me is all of you guys. The comments were so kind and so supportive and so sweet and so interesting, and people were so interested that frankly I'm kind of surprised that YouTube didn't pick up on that and forward it. I don't know if I've had that many comments on a video that just didn't do that well. So I really appreciate all of you for watching it and your upbeat take on it. And it's a fun video. It's a rollicking, good, sea salty, sea shanty, clips of boats sinking and confronting big waves and the history of a sweater, and there's a lot going on there. So I think you'll find it interesting. If you haven't watched it, check it out. It's a lot of fun, and I'm very, very proud of it. Even if it's not my focus on this channel, it never will be, but occasionally I need to express it for myself. While I'm talking about clothes, I like to do nice transitions. So I transition from one topic to another. I want to show you something that came into the house today. This for my wife. And if you know, you know. And I hope you know. And I just want to sing the theme song right now. Look at this. How cool is this? And if that's not cool enough, how great is that? This is the official White Lotus shirt. Very heavy duty. It's embroidered, which is really nice. I believe this came from Abercrombie. So Abercrombie is taking a turn. Definitely getting out of their norm. I know that they're also doing a line with H&M for White Lotus, but this is a lot of fun. My wife bought it oversized, so it might possibly fit me, depending on my dieting on any given day. But what a cool garment. What an interesting show, by the way. I don't know if you're a fan of the White Lotus, but if you're not, it is worth it. It's one of those interesting shows because if the White Lotus were made by a typical director and creator, it'd probably be like a Lifetime movie. But Mike White has such an eye for relationships and for slow burns and building complex personal structures and intrigue. And it usually starts off with some big event, and you then wonder, how do we get there? So it's non-linear storytelling. And the cinematography is superb. It's just top-notch storytelling. And this season, you get Walter Goggins, who is one of my favorite actors these days. He is knocking it out of the park. Jason Isaacs is really good. Parker Posey, who's a favorite of mine. Just brilliant. Just a super fun show The only thing bad is they don't use the fun theme music that they used last year. That's my only disappointment. And I want to welcome Todd Rasmussen. He caught me live for the first time. Welcome, my friend. Thank you. So Catch the White Lotus. It's certainly a lot of fun. And Abercrombie & Fitch is an interesting brand too, because Abercrombie used to make and sell safari gear. In one of my Hemingway books, and you guys know that I've been deeply diving into Hemingway, looking for his pens and his writing habits and things, and there's going to be more on that very soon, trust me, once the weather gets nicer. But in my research, I uncovered where he and his son, I think it was Gregory, when Gregory was young, they were going to Bimini, and they stopped off in New York City to Abercrombie & Fitch. And you know what they bought? A spear gun. So can you imagine? You used to be able to buy a spear gun at Abercrombie & Fitch. So it definitely has changed quite a bit over the years. I'm catching a few things in the chat. You guys know the chat runs by me, and I miss it quite a bit. Only the super chats it seems to show me. But Tarotness, first live for me too. Welcome. And welcome to everyone who's catching me for the first time. So it's a lot of fun. So yes, if you could catch the Guernsey video, I would appreciate you watching it, because I really think you would enjoy it. Also, you guys were very kind in replying to last week's live with some suggestions as to what the channel could do better, could kind of focus in a little bit more. And I have a lot of interesting ideas. I want to widen the audience, but I don't want to change anything. I want to keep it about writing, journaling, fountain pens, inks, but make it a bit more open to more people. And one of the things I'm going to do, and you're going to see my first fruits of my efforts for this, is go a little bit more into how I do research and how I write, how I take notes, how I study, how I use what you could call a commonplace book to take notes when I read, to read a little deeper, all these kind of things. I think you'll see that on the show very, very soon, to make it a bit more of a wide cast. And I think that'll be a lot of fun, because I want to keep the academic focus on this channel, on journaling, on inspiring people who are writers that use fountain pens. You're going to see more of that too, very, very soon. I have scripts and I'm ready to film. As soon as I get my voice back, it's going to be super fun. So thank you for all those suggestions. I think that would really, really help me too, because it's a lot of fun for me to kind of show you a little more of my routines, kind of my life. Like, how do I spend my quiet nights? A lot of time at night when everyone goes to bed, I'm up doing nerdy things. So maybe I should film that for you guys. Or I get up early in the morning often. I'll do a video then or something. Maybe I'll show you my morning routines, my morning reading and researching routines when I'm writing an article. I write articles. I think you guys know that. So I think you'll enjoy that. Also, you may have seen, I'm going to show you again, but this is my new desk. This is all you can see of it, but there's a new desk. Super fun. All kinds of hidden drawers. So I'm going to do a desk tour and kind of talk about the desk and how I use it. There's all kinds of crazy hidden drawers. This one is one of the craziest. This whole like side piece comes out and it's very narrow. You could throw envelopes in there. I'm not sure what, but look at that. And it just comes out. So I'm still deciding what I'm going to put where, but very soon you're going to see a video on how I use my desk and why I chose this desk and what's great about it and what are the drawbacks. And it's mostly great, I can tell you. So that's fun. And I mentioned before that I have this awesome new journal that I'm dying to show you guys. Very, very unique and original. I believe it came from, was it the Netherlands? I believe. It's awesome. So that's coming up too. So little teasers for the future of the Hemingway Jones channel. And I appreciate that. And I'll probably also do some other integrated things too, more EDC, which pocket knives I carry, which fountain pens, which bags, which my nail clippers. You guys know how much I love my nail clippers. I'm always clipping my nails. I have a thing about I cannot abide any white showing on my nails. I don't know why. So I always clip them. You'll notice in all my videos, you'll never see white at the end of my nails. I just don't like it. I do get really dry hands and I hit them with working hands, and I'm trying to do it before I film because often my thumbs just look terrible in videos. There's in fact a new video coming up where I have a band-aid on because I cut my finger with my safety razor. I shave with the safety razor, and for some reason I know why. I was tired. I had my hand down by the sink and I shook it and I hit my own finger with the safety razor, which is funny. Usually you cut your face and I cut my finger. But I was filming, I had to put a band-aid on. So there's an apology for a band-aid coming up in one of my journals. So, videos rather. So it should be super fun. Okay. Also, guys, I'm about to get into our big topic. I'm going to speak about what this week's video is. And then I'm going to get into our main topic soon as well. But I also want to say, if you have ideas for the show, please put them in the chat. Put them in the comments of the replay, if you're watching the replay. I love reading that stuff, and I appreciate it. Michael Rowley, dun, 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 with a $9.99 super chat. Thank you. Shout out to you for that video. I not only love watching it, but learned something. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's all I need. That's what makes me happy. So I appreciate it. And thanks for saying that. And I really enjoyed that video, making that video. So thank you for watching. Hold on one second. I need to take a drink, so I'm going to mute myself a second. It's not a good sound to drink on mic and then you hear it. It doesn't sound good on headphones. So I try to catch these things when I can. This is a weird cold, guys. I don't know what's going around. I've been telling people I have bird flu. I really don't know what it is, but it feels like flu. And then it goes away for a couple of days and then it comes back. And it's just like you're really tired and then you get stuffy. And then it goes away and then it just comes back. Now, it's probably because I have an 8-year-old. You get a lot of sicknesses with a young child in the house. So that's probably it. Oh, geez. Tarotness. I have to put this up. I always watch on a huge Sony TV and have to use my phone to comment. So cool to be chatting on a live. Tarotness, thanks so much. I'm glad you say that. I watch YouTube on a television. And I film my channel for television. I use 4K high-resolution video. All my clips are high res. I try to make it pretty to watch. Most people watch on their phone though, which is interesting, but that's okay. It certainly should hold up to a giant television. The bad part is if you get a cut on your finger like I did, it's a big cut on a big television. And that's how I edit. So thank you. All right, let's talk a little bit about this week's video. This week's video is why you need to buy a fountain pen right now, which is an odd thing for me to say. But the reason is that you hear a lot of negativity about how modern fountain pens aren't particularly good, This is a refutation of that point of view. This video makes the point that there's never been a better time to buy a fountain pen based on all sorts of factors: materials, design, popularity, all kinds of interesting, fun things. So it's a very, very, very fast-paced, fun, kind of a list video, but it's basically in defense of this period of fountain pen making. And I just wanted to dispel a bit of the negativity out there. Not that there's a lot, but there's a little bit of that golden age thinking, right? That everything was better before. And I understand it. Sometimes I use vintage pens and I wish some modern pens were similar or equal. Sometimes they're not, but there's different strengths and weaknesses. So I think you would appreciate it. So enjoy it. It comes out this Thursday. Why? It's just never been a better time to get into or buy another fountain pen. So I would really appreciate you guys supporting it and checking it out. Okay. Here's another thing. So Saturday, we painted the dining room, which is fun. I don't know if I can show you. I think I might be able to show you. Oh, cancel. Hopefully I didn't mess anything up there. Sometimes I get scared when I get... All right, I am getting scared. Ecameras requesting bypass the system private window picker. You directly access your screen and audio. I'm just going to say allow. Okay, we're not going to try that because I'm not sure what it's doing. Can you guys hear me? Just want to make sure I'm still on. But I wanted to show you my new dining room. Let me see if it works. Yeah, you guys can see that, right? So I painted it this nice blue color. And well, I don't want to say like I painted it. My wife and I painted. So we had to do all up here and all around, and we did 3 coats of this beautiful blue. We got a lot better the second time around, I can say, because we took more time with wall prep. We did 3 coats. We didn't even try to do like 2 and 2.5. We just did 3. It's kind of a small room. The interesting thing is my whole house is this sort of beige, and I never have painted it. I think I mentioned this before. And I wanted to start expressing ourselves a little bit. I did this study that I'm in right now. But I did this room in what they call Parma gray, but it's a very light blue. And the reason that I chose it is that it's the light blue that is used in period pieces. So if you watch a Jane Austen film, I think like the one with Anya Taylor-Joy that recently came out, it would have this color in the background. And I just think it's really interesting to have a Georgian color. By the way, this is an antique Venetian mirror from the 1800s, which is really beautiful. I had to put little pads on the back. It's a little dirty on the back. So I put those little furniture pads so it wouldn't scratch up the wall. But I'm really proud of it. And we had a blast. We started around 10 o'clock in the morning. And then it went until about 3 in the afternoon. So, all right, let me see. I am... Oh, that's weird. All righty. All right, hold on a second. All right, it's going to here. I'm not sure why. I think I can figure this out. Ecamm is always a bit of a struggle. I'm not sure why it's so strange. See, I'm just getting the pinwheel, so I'm going to have to wait. All right, I am going to get into our main topic now. Go over here. All right. So let's talk about the inks that I am going to use. Okay. Now, you had to think that oxblood would be very, very high on the list. And indeed it is. Oxblood is one of my absolute favorite inks. I still go to it all the time. Almost more than any other ink, except that the most popular ink that I have is a Clay de Saphir from J. Urban, as I'm sure you can imagine. It's in almost every pen. I just love this stuff, but I love Oxblood too. I have a lot of bottles of this, but I find myself with a lot of other bottles I just don't use. I have a lot of, like, I don't know, I buy them because they have interesting names or they have some kind of romantic name, and then I just don't use it. So when I thought about what are the ones I really use and I cannot live without, this came up. I mean, I love these bottles. They have the little pen rest built in, which is really charming. Made for a sleeker pen, something like this one. Does anybody recognize this one? This is the brilliant Waterman 52 with the flex nib in red ripple. One of my grails. Love this pen. But so it was designed, actually probably designed for a dip pen, but that works well. So I love a Clay de Saphir. I love how vivid it is. I love how striking it is on the page. How very saturated it is. It's just very, very nice. Very, very nice ink. So these two are the bastions of my ink. And if someone were going to join them to hold the line, it would be Pearl Noir. Definitely Pearl Noir. Pearl Noir is my favorite black. I love the way it looks on the page. It's a reliable saturated black. Look how messy I am. Look at that. I'm so messy. I might get ink on myself. But beautiful, beautiful shade. Oh, okay. The J. Urban bottles sort of remind me of paint bottles. Remember your model paint when we were kids? They sort of look like that. But so this is my unassailable core paint, pigments, inks, if you will. I could get by with these, really. I mostly do. I think I made a video to that effect. I love these, but there are others. So let's go through them. Who do I add? Well, I really like this one. This is the Tatcha Hokusai. I always forget what it is. I have to read it. Katsushika. Why do I like this ink? Because it reminds me of indigo. It reminds me of the kind of indigo that my jeans, my nice dark wash jeans, my selvage jeans are made out of. And I like the idea of writing with indigo. And I can't remember if this has real indigo in it, but I do have inks that do. And I bought a whole bunch of them that were from Japan that had actual indigo in it. But I forget if this is one or not. But I do adore it from a color point of view because it definitely matches up with a nice pair of selvage Levi's. So I love this color. Tatcha does a great job. Where is this ink from? Is it from Japan? Nakabayashi. Made in Japan. I was going to say it better be, but you never know. I'm not going to just assume because it's colored in kanji. Covered in kanji. Okay, some other colors. Serenity Now. Serenity Now. Boy, would I be lost without this ink. This is the ultimate good guy ink to me. I just feel safe. Look at this. It's a mess. I should throw this box away. Why am I holding on to this box? Boxes take up more space. What's the matter with me? I don't know. Waterman. Serenity Blue. It's a really interesting ink. It has nice tonal qualities. It's not boring. It looks fantastic in pens. Sometimes I love to keep Waterman in-house. And you guys know I'm passionate about Waterman pens. So sometimes I just love to put this in my Edson or one of my vintage Waterman pens. I just love it as a color. And I think it's really beautiful. So I can't get by without my Waterman. Serenity Now. Okay, here's another one. This is a kind of a surprise. Maybe, not if you're paying attention on the channel. Not that I expect you to. But it's Birmingham Pen Company, and I'm hoping this is Tesla coil. It might not be, but it should be. This is Tesla coil. This is the ultimate sheen ink. This is the king of sheen. There's no one higher. Sucker MCs call it sire. Oh, don't ever let me do that again. You can get a sense of it right there. This is a molten red. Sometimes you'll get a letter written from me in Tesla coil. It's often in my Mag 600, the Flex Nib. Great, intense sheen. It won my Sheen War video. Do you remember my Sheen War video? Nobody watched the Sheen War video, but I was very proud of it. I had a blast making it. I stopped making ink videos after that. I only did the purge after that. I figured you guys don't like ink videos, so I stopped. Burgundy Red. Ah, Burgundy Red. Ah, my friends. Burgundy, Burgundy, Burgundy. So, why do I like this so much? This is a contender for Oxblood. Oh, it's a great color. It's like writing with wine. And I love it. I love the color. It looks great in my Traveler. I've been refilling the cartridges in my Traveler with this. I have cartridges of this too, but I use it from the bottle. So I really like Burgundy Red. I think it's fantastic color. I just love it. Now, Royal Blue is a classic from Montblanc. I used this for years exclusively. It used to be my #1 blue. Now I have 3 of them. I hardly use it, but I can't part with it. I still love to put it with my 149. Name like nobody else. I don't know about the Great Sheen War. I need to go find it now. Yes, everyone, go find the Great Sheen War. It's a fun video. I compare Tesla coil to Krishna Moonview for which is the ultimate sheen. And I went in with one expectation. I came out with another. So I learned something. There was some progression, which is amazing. All right, here's another color that you'd have to know would be on this channel. I love Konpeki. Konpeki is just my magical little buddy. It's my reset ink. If I have a pen that's problematic, I'll clean it. I'll put this in. If it works, I know it's fine. If it doesn't, then I assume I have another bigger problem. But I just love the way this flows. I think it's very nice ink. I love the color. I even love the bottles. They're nice bottles. Well, I'm not going to show you because I'll probably get inky, but it's a very nice color. I have tons of videos on this. One of my earliest videos is in praise of Konpeki. And my last one, see, it's not that many. Are you proud of me? Are you proud? This is much more of a purge. Is Mont Blanc Midnight Blue. Now, I would probably also grab Gerobon's Bleu de Profondeur because it is similar. I love blue blacks. I just love the character of them. I use this ink quite a bit. I like their bottle shapes too. So I definitely highly recommend that ink. Oh, I'm still trying to get myself back to full screen. It's not working out for me. I did something to this. I need an engineer. Wouldn't that be like great? All right, I'm gonna have to finish it like this. I'm gonna have to finish the show like this because I don't know what I did over there. But I mean, there are a lot of different colors, guys, besides these, but I just think that these are just some of the best. Just some excellent colors with a lot of depth. And certainly this would make a really great basis to then branch out. But you'll notice what's not on here. Excuse me one second. You notice, I'll tell you what's not on here in a second. Sorry about that. Nobody needs to hear that. What's not on here are any shimmer inks. I could do without shimmer inks. Occasionally I like them, but for the most part, I could live without them. So that's one thing. There's also no green inks. I could do without green. But I was going to tell you which ink is left out and what I need help with. So this is what I need help with. I've been trying to create an ink, and I'm talking to one source about maybe doing an ink, like a collaboration. I want to copy Leonardo da Vinci's ink, that brownish black, the way iron gall looks after it's aged hundreds of years. I want to capture that perfectly. Do you guys know any source of really good sort of brown black, the way you have blue black, but more like brown black? Do you know a good ink? I went through a whole time of using a lot of different sepia inks, and I wasn't wholly impressed with them, but I remember one I really liked, and I couldn't find it for tonight's. But if you have a good suggestion of a nice brown black, I would really, really appreciate it. So, very good stuff. Let me try. I'm going to try to get... Oh, boy. Oh, Ecamm, how I hate thee. I just can't win with Ecamm. It's always a struggle. It's funny because it's working in a lot of other ways, but tonight I just can't make myself bigger. So, I think we said it all. I think we did okay. It's a little short, but I'm sick. But I think we did a good show. I think there's a lot of good material here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll check out Thursday's video. And I hope you'll subscribe and consider joining the members. That would be fantastic. And I will be back. Hopefully I'll shake this cold soon. And I appreciate you all being here. You guys are all the best. So thank you very much. I wish you all the best. And I promise we'll see each other further up the road. So take care and stay well. Good night.